data protection compliance organization, DPCO in Nigeria, to a very interesting organization, Flourish Nigeria Limited. On behalf of the organizers and NDPC, I present this to you. Congratulations.
I am so excited about this award given to us by the Nigeria Data Protection Commission.
Out of 160 data protection compliance organizations in Nigeria, the commission have awarded us as the best. Then, what's stopping you from engaging us? Come on. Let me get back to work. Welcome to Flores.
We have been awarded as the best DPCO in Nigeria. It's an honor and it shows the commitment of the team in-house. As data protection consultants, we work with clients from diverse industries, from agriculture to banking, fintech, ministries, department and agency, educational institutions, aviation company, hospitality industry. We have our footprint. Our client base is over 1,000 at present. I'm so excited to be part of Flowlease. We've been working with diverse companies, helping them mitigate cybersecurity risk. Majority One is data protection training and capacity building. We empower organizations with top-notch learning curriculum to mitigate risk. We also help in addressing data privacy gaps. At Flowlease, we value data protection. Visit our website to learn more about our tailored data protection consulting services. Follow all our social media handles to stay updated on current news as regards data protection. Once again, I appreciate every client who believes in Flowlease to meet their data protection needs. Thank you and be data protection conscious.
Hi, Olaliko. Okay, so you're welcome to our career transition series. Today we have Mr. Idris Anifo Oshe Olalekon. He's one of our star learners. He's here to share his experience about a successful career transition. Hi, Olalekon.
Hi,
how are you doing today? About your learning experience with the Data Protection and Privacy Academy. Let's go ahead.
So prior to signing up with Data Protection and Privacy Academy, I checked online, and what I discovered was the majority of the learning platform had courses focused on the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, and the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, NDPR, whereas Data Protection and Privacy has detailed course curriculum focused on Nigerian Data Protection Act 2023 with over 23 modules. The training module includes the statutory power of the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, data security, cyber risk management, minimum requirement of privacy policy, data subject, access requests, data privacy, impact assessment, lawful processing of data, and so much more.
Okay, you scored 100% in the certification exam. How did you achieve it? Was the certification exam so simple?
In all honesty, there were a few factors that contributed to my success. So the training facilitators are good. They are experts in data protection. I opted for the online Zoom training option because of the nature of my job as well too. Although the Zoom virtual training, I was engaged with interactive quiz and case studies peculiar with each module. Secondly, I dedicated a significant amount of time studying and preparing for the exam. I made a study schedule and stuck to it, which allowed me to cover all materials thoroughly. Lastly, I tried to stay calm and focused during the exam. Though I had this phobia for what the outcome of the questions might be, I carefully read each question, manage my time effectively, and double check my answer before submitting.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 the highest, how would you rate your learning experience with Data Protection and Privacy Academy?
I will rate my experience with Data Protection and Privacy Academy a 9 because there is always opportunity for improvement anyways. It is also important I emphasize the learning management software is easy to use and quite interactive.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Idris, for sharing your positive feedback and testimonial. We appreciate your time and wish you continued success in your career.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having your time.
Thank you.
Enroll in Data Protection and Privacy Academy today and embark on a journey towards a secure and trusted future for your business.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to today's training. We'll be talking about cloud security, risk, benefit, and adoption. This is module 9 of our CISO's training, and by Friday, we'll be wrapping up the course. It's a 12 module course, so feel free to ask questions via the comment section, and let's get started. So, first of all, what do you mean by the word cloud security? Cloud security involves the technology, the policies, the controls, and services that help protect digital assets within cloud environment. Now, cloud security is very important because many companies have adopted digital solutions and their customers interface with them using digital applications. So we need to know that these customers may face risk. And if we don't have security understanding when it comes to the cloud environment, many customers will be vulnerable. So when you are talking about cloud security, you also need to know the model of cloud solution you are making use of. So we have three major cloud models. We have infrastructure as a service, we have platform as a service, and we have software as a service. So looking at software as a service, it allows access to cloud-based application via the internet. When you use platform as a service, it delivers a platform that allows customers to develop and manage application. And when you look at infrastructure as a service, it provides a virtualized computer environment where different resources can be hosted. So let's look at examples of infrastructure as a service. A very good example will be Amazon Web Services. We also have Microsoft Azure. We also have Google Cloud Platform. We also have IBM Cloud. We also have Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So these are infrastructure as a service. Moving further, we also need to know what platform as a service is. Take, for example, you have Google App Engine. It allows developers to build and deploy their applications. So that will be a platform. When you go to Play Store, you have different developers. The applications are on that platform. So it gives people the opportunity to put their platform for others to come and make use of using the Google App Engine. We also have Amazon Web Services. You also have IBM Cloud Foundry. You also have the Salesforce platform. So irrespective of the technology you are using, there are majorly three models. And we have the most common where you have Zoom, which is a software as a service. You also have Slack, which is used for collaboration. You also have Microsoft 365. You have Google Workspace. So all these are seen as software as a service. So when you are the CISO of any institution, you need to know, are we making use of cloud services? And if we're using cloud services, what model? Because every model comes with its own uniqueness and the risk exposed to a software as a service and solution may differ a little bit from other platforms. So you need to know what you are making use of. Now, what are the predominant risks cloud solutions will be exposed to. One major risk could be data breach, where unauthorized access of data will lead to security issues. You also have account hijacking. You will agree with me that your username and password is not enough to secure any digital asset. So if you don't have multi-factor authentication, it is easier for your account to be hijacked, especially when you have social media accounts. If you don't have multi-factor authentication, people can take your account and change the password, especially when you're a celebrity. You get it when it comes to social media. It's very important you have multi-factor authentication. Then, because a lot of businesses interface using APIs, you can also see APIs being vulnerable to different form of attack, which will ultimately lead to data loss, whether it's accidental or malicious. You also have insider threat, people working within the organization that may compromise your digital infrastructure. So these are the predominant risk every cloud security expert should know. So you have to also know how to mitigate majority of this risk using technology, using training, and any other method you feel works for your institution. So why should organizations go into cloud technology when there are risk exposed to it? Whether you like it or not, you have to look at the scalability of your business. Majority of financial institutions are already using the cloud one way or the other. They may be using it through a third party vendor, or they may have their own solution. Another good reason why you should look at cloud adoption is collaboration. You may have teams in different location. How can you effectively work with them without having to spend money traveling and getting other expenses like communication costs? It is through cloud technology. And no matter how you look at it, cloud adoption has come to stay. The question is, how secured is the platform you are using? And again, in terms of disaster recovery, if you are on the cloud, it will be faster than when you are not on the cloud, because most times this cloud solution come with multiple backup points. So if one backup fails, it is easier to call up another backup. And because of the high level of security many of these platform providers are adopting, it is safer, and you can always have an audit trail when something goes wrong to detect what went wrong. So I still recommend cloud adoption for organizations that are still yet to migrate to the cloud. But you must also make sure your people, your process, and technology can adapt to the security challenges. Now, when you want to adopt cloud security, there are certain standards you must understand. One is the PCI DSS. For any infrastructure built to collect card details, payment card information like people's card number, people's CVV code, and PIN, you must implement controls that talks about the PCI DSS standard. So the PCI DSS PCI DSS are set of security uh, guidelines designed to ensure that companies that process, when you talk about process, you collect, you store, you make use of card information. Those minimum things you should put in place. So as long as you are a business entity that collect people card data, you should look at the PCI DSS, because you cannot take the cloud out of that infrastructure. So you need to look at what are those PCI DSS standard. Now, you may ask yourself, how can I comply with PCI DSS? There are a lot of resources online you can read up to see the requirements. There are about 12 major requirements for the PCI DSS. So you can work with your IT team to see how you can implement this solution. Now, you also have ISO 27001. Now, ISO 27001 is also very key because that talks about information security management. So, when you want to implement such things, you may need a third party consultant to guide you through. You can also make use of your IT team to look at what are the standard requirements and see how you can implement it in house. Peradventure down the line, you can get a consultant to go through the certification processes with your institution. But you also need to look at the requirements and see how you can ensure that you have met those requirements. Because the essence of ISO 27001 is to ensure that your data will be processed in a manner that will ensure integrity, availability, and confidentiality of information. Then you also have the ISO 27701, which talks more about privacy and data protection. So these are standards that you should have been compliant with to be able to adopt cloud solutions effectively. And when you are going through this certification procedures, it's something that you must have management buy in because they are kind of expensive and you should see it as an investment, not as an expense on the part of your financial budget. So, work with your IT team, get reputable consulting firm to guide you through the process, and you can now be sure that your cloud technology will be secured effectively. Now, we also have the Data Protection Act in Nigeria. That is something you also need to comply with. And this involves appointing a data protection officer in house, engaging a data protection compliance organization, carrying out audit of your business processes, training your staff and your third-party vendors to understand the privacy and protection requirements, and also ensuring that you register as a data controller or data processor of major importance. So you need to look at all these standards and make sure that they align with your business objective. Some of these standards may not be applicable to all businesses, but these are the fundamentals if you are going to use any cloud solution. So just as usual, we'll have the quiz aspect where we'll try to evaluate if this topic has been understood. So just to do a recap of what we've learned today, we've come to terms that cloud security is a very important topic. We've talked about the importance. We've also talked about the different infrastructure models. We've also looked at the compliance requirements to fully adopt cloud security. So before we go to the quiz in detail, we'll take a little 5 minutes break to get more information from one of the sponsors of this video, after which we'll take the quiz and wrap up. Thank you.
Report incidents with data is more critical than ever before. But what happens when data breaches occur? The Data Breach Register serves as a centralized database where organizations are required to report incidents involving the unauthorized access, disclosure, or loss of personal information. Why organizations need a data breach register? Mandatory reporting. Organizations must promptly notify the Nigeria Data Protection Commission and affected individuals in the event of a data breach. This ensures swift action to mitigate risks and safeguard personal information. Detailed records. The register maintains detailed records of reported breaches, including the nature of the incident, the type of data compromised, and the remedial actions taken by the organization. Compliance and enforcement. Non-compliance with data breach reporting requirements can result in significant penalties and reputation damage for organizations. The register helps enforce regulatory standards and promotes a culture of data protection. Here is a step-by-step guide on how to use the Data Breach Documentation Register. About the organization. Fill the name of the organization. Fill the registration number issued by the Corporate Affairs Commission. Fill the location where the organization is physically situated or conducts its operations. Fill the official email address of the organization. From the list below, pick the most appropriate based on the nature of your core business activity. Data Protection Officer. Fill the name of the designated Data Protection Officer. Fill the email address of the Data Protection Officer. Fill the phone number of the Data Protection Officer. Fill the Data Protection Officer's acquired data protection privacy certifications. Details of data breach. A unique number that indicates where in the register a data breach is reported and documented. A unique identification number or code assigned to each documented data breach. Specify the exact date and time the data breach occurred if known. Specify the exact date and time the data breach was discovered. Provide the number of data subjects affected. If the number is not known, give an approximate number. Description of breach. Explain the process by which a security breach resulted in the unintentional or deliberate loss, alteration, disclosure, or access to personal data. Measures taken or to be taken. Did you inform all individuals affected? Indicate yes or no. List other regulators informed. When did you first notify the NDPC of the data breach? If yes, indicate the date and time. Remedial action. Kindly state the remedial action taken. To place an order, kindly visit dataprotectionacademy.com NG store or call 0816 82444.
So welcome back, and let's get to the quiz. So which of the following is a primary benefit of adopting cloud security? We have option A, B, C, and D. You can drop your answer on the comment section so we can see if we are understanding the module. And someone is asking, yeah, there's a WhatsApp group. All materials are posted on the WhatsApp group. So try to join the WhatsApp group. So we are seeing B as the answer. Let's see. So it's correct. Enhanced data encryption and access control. So, okay. One of the main security risks in cloud adoption is, we have option A, option B, option C, and D. One of the main security risks in cloud adoption is it option A, option B, option C, or D? Okay, we have option C. Option C is correct. Data breaches and unauthorized access. Another question is a key concern with public cloud services. A key concern with public cloud services is it option A, option B, option C, or D? Okay. C is correct. Then the next question is, which is one of the main challenges organizations face when adopting cloud security solutions? Which is one of the main challenges organizations face when adopting cloud security solutions? Okay. C is also correct. Compliance with regulatory requirements. So we also have another question. Which deployment model typically offers the highest level of control and security but requires more in-house management? Which deployment model typically offers the highest level of control and security but requires more in-house management? I'm seeing C. I'm seeing C. Let's see how true it is. Okay. The answer is B, private cloud, right? That's the answer. Because many organizations can have their own solution. So the answer is private cloud. A lot of people were going for C. B is the most appropriate answer. So thank you everyone who have participated in today's training. Just as usual, I will drop the group. If you are yet to be on the group, you can join because all materials will be pasted on the WhatsApp group so you can get it faster. Though it will also be sent via your individual WhatsApp later, but on the group it is easier to disseminate information. So tomorrow we'll have our training. That will be module 10. It will be by 10 a.m. And on Friday, we'll have module 11, which is the final batch before you take your exam. That will be by 2 p.m. as usual. Only tomorrow's training will be by 10 a.m. So please, I encourage you to join so that we can finish this module and you can be well equipped as a Chief Information Security Officer. So thank you for participating. Just as we always do, this material will be on the WhatsApp group later today so that you can continue your studying and learning. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.